What's up, guys? I'm reviewing the comic books that I picked up on November 20th, 2019. Coming up next. What's up, comic book fans? My name is Bruce Monroe, and welcome to my channel, and welcome to another episode of Comic Book Reviews, my weekly series where I review the comic books that I picked up at my local comic book shop, and this week was November 20th, 2019. That's right, we are so close to 2020, it's insane. Thanksgiving is next Thursday. That will probably be exactly a week from when you guys watch this episode, because this will be dropping Thursday morning, but you guys are not here to talk about it. You guys are here to hear my reviews of my comic books. And we have a huge stack of comic books for you guys. And there's 3 more downstairs that Stephanie's reading right now that we will be reviewing on our live stream, which will be Friday, Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern. Comics and beers. We drink some beers. It's usually a theme. It's usually pretty fun. And we talk about comic book news. Weekly news about comic book movies, comic book TV shows, and comic books themselves. And then at the very end, we review a few books that we read together. It's a really good time. You guys should stop by 10 p.m. Eastern. You guys will not regret it. But let's not hear me plug my live stream. Let's dive right into the books that I picked up this week. And we got, like I said, I think 14 books to get through. And I'm going to do my best to keep this video short. So let's dive right in. First up, we have Batman number 83. There's only 2 more issues of Tom King's run. My heart is breaking. But, so this is written by Tom King. I just said that. And it's art by Mikel Janin. 9 out of 10, right out of the gate. I was super excited about this book because I knew there's only 3 issues in total left, this being one of them. And it was so good. If you guys haven't been following any of the comic book news, there was a major death in the Bat family, and this is dealing with the ramifications of that. It's a super well told story from 2 point of views. The imagery tells one story, and the actual writing tells the story from a different point of view, a different character's perspective. So you're getting 2 stories at once. You're seeing Batman dealing in grieving, and then you're hearing this other character tell this story to Batman. It's beautifully done. The artwork by Mikel Janin is absolutely amazing. When I was reading this book at work on my lunch break, I definitely almost cried. It was that good. So like I said, guys, 9 out of 10. Amazing book. This is not a good jumping in point. At this point, you guys should be picking this up in trade. And this run is going to be such an amazing series to read in trade paperback, because I had to wait week to week, and some of the issues were a little slow. I will admit that. Some of you guys out there that didn't like this run because you said it was slow, it won't be slow in trade, because you'll be able to flow from one issue to issue to issue, and it'll be incredible. 9 out of 10. Read Batman, I promise. All right, this next issue, I was super pumped for this issue. Because I am a big Deadpool fan. Not huge, but big. There's a run. I'll put the run up on screen somewhere to let you guys know which run it was. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was so good and so well done. They introduced this character, Preston. Oh, so good. But this issue is Deadpool number 1. This is written by Kelly Thompson and art by Chris Bachalo. One of the main reasons I was also excited about this run is because Chris Bachalo is going to be on it for the first 6 or 7 issues. I'm a huge Chris Bachalo fan. Where is that poster? It's right back there, the white one with Spider-Man and Wolverine. He just does Spider-Man so well. He does Deadpool really, really well. And this was a really fun issue because it's a new arc, obviously. It's number 1. And it deals with Deadpool going to Staten Island to clean out this monster infestation that's happening. So it's super fun. We also get to meet this character, Elsa Bloodstone. If you guys don't know her, she's one of the most underrated Marvel characters, in my opinion. I absolutely love her. She is a monster hunter. And then it teases another character that's going to be majorly involved in this run at the very end. I should have seen it coming from the very beginning, but it was so good. Overall, the issue was so-so. Some number 1s are either hit or miss. A book this big, you really got to give it a few issues. And Chris Bachalo's art is just incredible. The writing was, again, so-so. Interesting enough. It's got me hooked. I'm definitely going to be in for the first arc of the story. It is, I mean, it's Chris Bachalo. It's Deadpool. It's going to be fun. All right, next up, we have Absolute Carnage number 5. This is the final issue of the 5-issue story arc. This is written by Donny Cates and art by Ryan Stegman. Super fun read. Super good ending. It did seem to end a little quick, but this story is not ending. This is just a setup for something huge, something really big. If you guys haven't been reading this series at all, or Venom at all, you don't know about this god called Null. Null is this god that was alive at the beginning of time when there was just darkness, and he has been trapped inside of this world for a very long time. And Cletus Cassidy, Carnage, has been trying to free him, trying to get all these codex from everyone who's ever worn a symbiote to gather enough of them, I guess, into one being to awaken Null. That happens in this issue. I'm not ruining anything. If you're reading any of these, you would have known that was going to happen. Even still, it doesn't ruin anything. The next story arc is going to be the big one. What's going to happen? Who knows? But this was just super fun, and we got the ending that I personally wanted. It was just great, and Ryan Stegman's art is just so, I don't want to swear, but so freaking good. Oh God, it's just so good. And Donny Cates' writing, absolutely amazing. This was a great issue, 8 out of 10. Wasn't quite as good as Batman, but this story was just awesome. I'm so happy for you, Donny, because this was such a great book. Not a great jumping in point because it was the last issue of the arc, but if you guys aren't interested, this will be on trade probably in the next month or two, and then keep your eyes open for what comes next. All right, next up we have Captain America number 16. This is written by Ta-Nehisi Coates and art by Bob Quinn. So this is a new artist on the title. I'm gonna come right out and say it. Bob Quinn, not loving your art. I'm sorry. Coming from the last artist, I'm not ringing a bell who that was. I'll put that name down here. I love that artist. That artist fit really well with this Captain America run. It wasn't the most amazing, but it seemed to fit Ta-Nehisi Coates' writing. The story in this book was really good. It seemed to be more kind of like one of those give you a lot of information to set up for something big in the next issue. That's what this was. We got enough information introducing one new character to this story arc. Not a new character. It's a character that's been in the MCU for a long time, or the Marvel Universe. And yeah, pretty much what it was. A lot of information for the story for the next big push in his story. So I'm excited to see it. We got Kingpin. We got, I don't want to ruin the other character's name. Read it. It's amazing. It's a great espionage story with Captain America. It's so good. All right, next up, we got Something is Killing the Children, number 3. Oh man, the lighting in this room. I gotta take some time to get it right. I'm sorry, guys. But Something is Killing the Children, number 3. This is written by James Tynion IV and not by Werther Del Dara. I've been hyping this book for a very long time, and this issue was a great issue. It just wasn't amazing. I would give it a 7 out of 10. And what I think this issue, why it wasn't an 8 or 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10, was because it was kind of like one of those setups for the next issue. Just like what I said with Captain America number 16, that's exactly what this issue. It put the characters in the places they needed to be and gave you the information for something big to happen in the next episode. It's not a bad thing. James Tynion has done it in other books that I've read. He did it a lot on the Justice League book, and he's doing it with this. All writers do it. It happens in TV shows all the time. It's like, oh, that was a good episode, but it wasn't great. But then the next episode's amazing. So I'm saying right now on this channel that Something is Killing the number 4. Some big things is going to happen. Get all the information for that episode, for that issue in this. And the art by Werther Del Dara it's so perfect for Something is Killing the Children. It's monster based, so you get some creepy. It's just, I don't know. It's perfect. I love this book so much. This is a Boom Studios book. I've been picking up a lot of their number 1s because this is so good. And I gotta give Boom, I want to give Boom some of my money. But definitely pick up Something Against Killing Children, number 3 and 2 and 1. This whole run, guys. Pick it up, I promise. It's great. All right, next up we have The Weatherman, number 5. This is written by Jody LaHuppe and art by Nathan Fox. This is, oh yeah, volume 2. There was another volume, didn't read that, but jumped right into volume 2. And this continues to be really good. I feel like this book hasn't come out for a while because I was a little lost where we were in the story and why the characters were there. I got caught up, my memory caught up by the end of the issue, but overall, really good book. It continues just to be an action-packed, crazy, zombie-ish plague. It's more than a zombie plague. It's like this bioengineered, crazy plague, but it's like in the future. Like, so many crazy things are happening. People are able to travel to different planets, blah, blah, blah. What you guys need to know is this is just a super fun sci-fi story. It's Jody LaHuppe, your writing is incredible. I haven't given you enough credit over the last 4 issues, I guess. I know I've said it great, but this is just so good. I blame my memory not jiving right away is because I've been reading so many comic books and retaining all that information is just sometimes hard. But by the end of this book, I was back on track with everything, and this is just so good. And I didn't read volume 1. I'm going to, and I know that's going to make this story so much better. So you guys should be reading The Weatherman. It's incredible. The art style is absolutely fantastic. Did I show this page already? I don't know. It's just, it's such an amazing book. Let me see if I can get that to focus. I mean, it's just crazy. Such a good book. The colors by Morano Disnicio are just so good. Excellent book. Pick it up. This is an 8 out of 10. It's just a really good sci-fi story. This could have been my pick of the week. It wasn't, but it was so good. It was so better than the first 3 issues of this book. But this is Once and Future, number 4. This is written by Kieran Gillian, art by Dan Mora. Awesome book. The other 3 issues seem to be moving super fast, like faster than the story actually wanted to go, and it seemed like the dialogue seemed to jump or not say lines that they should have said, which is kind of weird to say, but this issue didn't. In this issue, so when this book launched, it was only supposed to be a 6 or 7 issue story, but then they meaning Boom Studios made it into an ongoing, which is incredible because this is such a great story. And this issue felt like the first time they slowed it down. They put it at a pace where the characters could say everything they needed to say to tell an amazing story, and it was just made it so enjoyable. Or maybe it's just at a point in the story where they could slow down a little bit, but there was so much action in this book as well. Awesome. It's just an awesome book. In the art, again, this is kind of like a monster book where Duncan, the main character, he finds out that his grandmother was a monster hunter, and there's monsters and they're fighting him, and it's absolutely awesome. You guys should definitely be reading Once in the Future. It's an incredible book. This was a 8 or 8.5 out of 10. It was so good. Art by Dan Moore, incredible. Not a great jumping in point, number 4, but it'll be worth picking up and trade if you guys just want to wait for that, or go find the issues. All right, next up we have King Thor, number 3. This is written by Jason Aaron and art by Asad Ribic. This was, the last couple of issues have kind of felt flat to me. Jason Aaron is usually so good about telling these big, epic stories, but these last few issues just kind of were blah. But this issue was really good. Definitely like a 7.5, 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. The God Butcher, what's his name? His name is not Null, because that's the other guy. Again, my brain is not retaining all the information that it needs to be, but so at the very beginning of the book, we see Thor and Loki beaten down. Thor is being drowned. Oh, Gore, that's what his name is, Gore. Gore is drowning him in the Necroblade that he's turned into like this whole black abyss. It's like an ocean and Thor is drowning in it. But then we go see his granddaughters. His granddaughters are out there trying to find things to help their fight. They come back. There's a huge fight. And then Gore just shows him his true self. And it's like huge and incredible and awesome. And it was just an epic ending, because it's like, you know, the heroes are getting beat down, and then all of a sudden they start to rise back up and fight back, and then the bad guy's like, yeah, I haven't been showing my full self, and now it's here, and what the F are you gonna do now? And that's pretty much what this book was. It was awesome. It was Jason Aaron at his best, and yeah, it was super fun. I would definitely give, well, I said 7.5 or 8. I'm leaning, now that I talk about it a little more, an 8 out of 10. Awesome, awesome book. Assad Ribick's art is so good. Yeah, this is, it's just so good. I promise I'm gonna get this lighting fixed at one point, so that way you guys can actually see the pages that I show you. All right, next up, another great book. This is Batman Superman #4. This is written by Joshua Williams and art by David Marquez. I've loved every single one of these issues so far. I think 3 was not as good as 4 or 1 and 2, but this was so good. Where you get introduced to all of the characters that have been turned by the Batman who laughs. They're in the Fortress of Solitude. David Marquez art is absolutely incredible. Seeing Batman and Superman fight these characters, if Donna Troy, Hawkman, Blue Beetle, James Gordon is such a weird character in this to have alongside all these superheroes. I get why, and at the very end, I'm not gonna ruin it because that was the one surprise, but it's just, I don't know. It is just so good. And Joshua Williamson, I don't love your Flash run. I stopped picking it up because I didn't think it was good. But man, your writing on this book is on point, my friend. It is so good. Absolutely love this book. Art by David Marquez, incredible. Story, incredible. Well paced, well written. Pick this book up. It's 4th issue, not a great jumping in point. Pick it up and trade. This will probably, story will probably go for another 2 or 3 issues. Then Joshua Williams will go on to probably the next arc. But definitely pick this up. If you can find the first 3 issues, definitely pick it up. And this had one of those cool like plastic cell covers. So cool. So cool. Great book. Next up, we have Justice League #36. This is written by Scott Snyder and art by Francis Manapul and Howard Porter. Not great. I loved everything up to like the last few issues of this whole Justice League run. So this is issue 36. I would say I have loved 28 out of the 36 books. And that's great. That's an amazing run. But we're getting towards the end of the story, and this end of the story is just kind of like falling flat. It's like falling on itself, where everything was so good and so big and so epic, and all these twists and turns and the characters, things happening to these characters that you would never think happen. Gods being risen from the dead to take over the universe. And I'm hoping the next few issues things are going to get better, but I don't know. Maybe it's just because the superheroes are so beat down all the time, and the superheroes are the villains are just winning, and maybe that's bothering me. But just to me, it feels like the story's kind of fallen flat. What do you guys think? Are you guys reading this book? Are you guys seeing the same things that I am? I don't know. If you guys are, let me know down in the comments below. I would give this like a 6 out of 10. Not a great book. Not a terrible book. I'm going to keep picking it up because I want to see where this ends. I'm sure the writer who picks it up after James Tynion and Scott Steiner, it's going to be great. I mean, hopefully it's going to be great. It's their tentpole book. But if you're reading the story, you should pick it up. If not, this is not a point for you guys to jump into. Next up, we have Batman White Knight presents Von Freeze. So this is in the Sean Murphy Batman universe. This is a one-shot, a story about Victor Freeze in this Sean Murphy universe. So this book is written by Sean Murphy, but art by Klaus Johnson. I'm going to take a listen to my tequila. It's Wednesday night, people gotta have a drink. And from this cover, I was like, oh man, this is gonna be epic. But the story was boring. That's the best I can say. And the cover price on this book of $6, it was a long read, so you got your money's worth with the length of the book. But the art by Klaus Janson, no, not me. Not worth my $6. I didn't look at it. It was in my poll. I saw the cover. I was like, oh yes, a Sean Murphy one-shot. I'm in. It's gonna be great. It's gonna tie into his Batman the White Knight, and it has to be incredible. And to me, nothing special. Some interesting stuff with the Nazis, and that was really it. I don't know. Don't pick this up. I didn't like it. I'm sure there's some people out there are going to love it, but $6, it's not worth $6 to me. I really wanted to like it because I love everything that Sean Murphy's doing with the Batman the White Knight. But yeah, sorry guys, don't pick this book up. This was like a 4 out of 10, 3 out of 10. It was pretty boring. And the artwork kind of was not very good. We got 3 books left, almost done. I am so sorry. I'm gonna try to wrap this up as quickly as possible. Next up, we have The Amazing Spider-Man number 34. This is written by Nick Spencer and art by Patrick Gleason. And this was, again, another super fun book. Probably a 7 out of 10, not quite an 8. Not anything lower, definitely like a 7. And I just love Patrick Gleason's art. It's so gorgeous. And I really did enjoy. I'm enjoying the Spider-Man 2099 stuff. I don't love time travel. I don't love all the craziness that always happens with Spider-Man, the clones and everything else. But I do love the time travel. No, don't love the time travel. But I do love the Spider-Man 2099. Miguel is such a cool character. I love that there's this whole assassination attempt of Dr. Doom, and of course it's not. It's just a Doom bot. And yeah, there's just some really crazy stuff. And Patrick Gleason is such an amazing artist. So again, super fun book. It's really well paced. I'm interested to see what's going to happen with this. So Peter Parker's going back to school so he can get his degree and move forward after his company collapsed. And there's a little twist in there that I know it's going to pay off at somewhere. So it's cool to see that. I love the Dr. Doom stuff. I love the Spider-Man 2099. Nick Spencer, you're doing some good stuff in this book. I'm really, really enjoying this book again. All right, next up we have Teen Titans number 36. This is written by Adam Glass and art by Bernard Chang. If you guys watch my videos, you know I said I wasn't going to pick this up, but look at this cover. This cover is so good. It's again another one of those cell ones. So we got this, and it turns off to that. And this book actually wasn't that bad. It was actually a lot better than the previous run, or the previous issues. I liked it. I know it's like one of those things like you want to drop a book, but then you read another issue and it's good. I want to see what's going to happen. I'm sure I'm not going to love it. And then I like Bernard Chang's artwork, but sometimes like the way he draws some of the characters is just weird. Like the way Lobo looks in some of these panels is just weird. But man, this cover is so good. So this is definitely a You're in the Villain tie-in. So Lobo has control of Crush and is making her do his bidding and wants him to kill the Titans. And then we finally get to see, I believe it's called The Other, the villain that Damian and his team have been chasing the whole entire time. Yeah, The Other. So that was really cool. Again, I hate to say it, but this was like a 6.57 out of 10. I know there's been a lot, but this is pretty good. Not a great jumping in point, number 36. And last but not least, we have The Avengers, number 26. This is written by Jason Aaron and art by Dale Kwan and Andrea Sorrentino. Jason, what are you doing with this Avengers book? I don't get it. I did not like this issue at all. There's no point for me to read this book as of right now. Like, I liked what you did with going back in time and showing us the very first Avengers team, and I guess showing where the original Star brand came from was kind of interesting, but also kind of freaking dumb at the same time. I felt like this was not worth my money. I felt like this was a waste of my time. It was not a good book. The art by Dale Kwan, not good at all. I'm sorry, Dale. You shouldn't be on the Avengers book. This is a main tentpole title for Marvel. I don't think you should be on this book at all. But maybe I'll eat my words. Maybe in the next few issues, this will be like, oh man, I look back and this is gonna be incredible. But this, not very good. Story was lame, boring. Don't care. Don't care about the original Starbrand story arc, and I don't think I'm going to care moving forward. But I'm going to give this a 3 out of 10. Don't pick this book up. It's not worth your money. I'm sorry, Jason Aaron. I'm a huge fan of yours, but this was not good. And that's it for the week. I am so sorry. I wanted this to be like 15 minutes. We are now at 25 minutes. Oh gosh. Let me wrap this up. Alright guys, you guys know what to do. If you guys like this video, make sure you guys hit that like button. If you guys are not subscribed, think about subscribing, because I bring you guys I bring you this video every single week, and then live stream every Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern. If you guys click that bell button, you'll be notified when Stephanie and I go live every Friday at 10, around 10. If you guys are not following us on social media, make sure you guys are following on social media. The links, the usernames will be here somewhere. And yeah, I'm trying to post more links on our Instagram every single day to important news stories that you guys should be following, or at least interesting news stories that I find interesting. And that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. If you guys liked what I said, let me know down in the comments below. If you guys disagree with what I said, I would love to hear those more than anything. And if there are books that I should be picking up that I'm not, let me know, and I'll try to pick those books up and add those to my pull each week and bring you my reviews on those books. Alright guys, thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.